Good afternoon, all. We will wait for 5 more minutes. We'll start the session by 2:05. Good afternoon, all. I would like to welcome you all for the 5 days online FDP on intellectual property rights and e-governance organized by Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Computer Science and Engineering, Internal Quality Assurance Cell, Kadir College of Engineering, Avinashi Road, Neelambur, Coimbatore, in association with Oliva Publication. And I would like to welcome today's speaker, Dr. G. Rajalakshmi Ma'am, ME, PhD, has completed a PhD in Information and Communication with the title of an efficient traffic flow prediction by using deep neural network algorithms. And she is working as an assistant professor in the Department of Information Technology, Sedu Institute of Technology, Vivinagar. And here she has the area of specialization data-based management system, machine learning and artificial intelligence, data mining and data warehousing, operating systems, data structures, and algorithms. And she has successfully mentored the idea titled Crop Care AI Intelligence for Every Inch of Your Field, sanctioned rupees 3 lakhs under EDII, and successfully as a mentor of smart irrigation with medicine infusion technology. And she has also completed a EMC Academic Associate Data Science and Big Data Analytics and the EMC Academic Associate Cloud Infrastructure and Services. And she has attended an industry training on 6 week course in climate label for women in energy. And she has attended a conference seminar on the title of AI implementation for processing ultra low latency in 6G ecosystem for intelligent decision making. And she has published a book under the title of Improving Livestock Management Frameworks with Real-Time Internet of Things IoT-based machine learning techniques and prediction of COVID stages using data analysis and machine learning. And she has also published a patent on advanced smart city infrastructure monitoring device, neural network-based predictive maintenance for IoT connected industrial equipment. I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Shall I start the session, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, we can start the session. Already it's getting late.
Thank you. Is visible, ma'am? Hello.
Yes, ma'am, screen is visible, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, ma'am. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. G. Rajalakshmi. I am working as an assistant professor in the Department of Information Technology at Sedu Institute of Technology. So today's session, we are going to talk about the how to apply the patent. What are all the detailed steps, forms, timeline, and practical tips in this session for UK and India patent. Okay. So before getting into the topic, first you should know what is patent. Okay. So patent is a legal rights to be given by the government to the inventor for their inventions. Okay. So it allows the inventors to stop others from making, using, or selling the inventions without permission. So the patent is to be usually taken around for 20 years. So its validity, it's nearly take 20 years. Okay. See, for assumption, I will be explain what is patent with simple example. Okay. So imagine you invent a self-cleaning water bottle. Okay, so it has a special material inside that kills the germs automatically using harmless light. Okay, so no one has ever made such a bottle before. Okay, so you can eligible to apply for a patent. Okay, so if suppose you get a patent for a particular product, then only you or your company can make or sell this a special bottle. Okay, if any other company copies your design without your permission, you can take a legal action against them. So this is the use of patent, applying a patent. Okay, so you have some legal rights. Illegal rights is to be given by your innovations. Yeah? Okay, so that legal rights is to be given by the government. Okay, so without your permissions, anyone can making or using or selling your inventions. Okay, so that is called it as a patent. So this is the usage of a patents as well. So once applying a patent, that particular design is to be valid for up to 20 years. Okay, so next, so what is the patentability criteria? Okay, so when applying for a design patent, your design must meet some criteria. Okay, so you should follow some rules and regulations before applying a patent. Okay, so what are all the patent criteria in this sense? First criteria is novelty. Okay, so the design must be new and not previously disclosed anywhere else in the world. So that should not be published in any document. If suppose in some cases the patents are designed to be published like a research paper. Okay, so that is, in that case, that particular design is not to be considered for patent. Okay, so that particular product or design is not to be disclosed anywhere in the world, and also it must be new. Okay, so it is not to be it is not to be already registered in anywhere else. Okay, so next criteria is the inventive step. Okay, so next step is the inventive step. So it means the invention, if suppose the inventions or product is already available, it's available in the market, you have to make some new inventions or technical advancement over that. Okay, so it is called it as a inventive step. Your design is already available in the market. If you have to add some economical significance or some technical advancement over the over the product, in the sense, that is called it as a inventive step. That particular product is also eligible for applying the patent. Okay, okay, so say for example, I will explain what is inventive step with simple example. Say for assumption in smartphone innovations. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So in smartphone innovations, the say for assumption, the smartphones with the flat screen it's already available in the market. Okay. So say for assumption, your innovations is the foldable smartphone with the unique hinge mechanisms. Okay. So smartphones with flat screen is already available in the market, but you had make some technical advancement or some economic significance over the product. Okay, so it is patentable because you made an inventive step exist by providing a technical advancement. Okay, so if suppose just making a smartphone screen slightly bigger than the previous one, okay, so it is not patentable because you does not make any technical advancement over the product, so it is not comes under the patentability criteria. Okay, so you should make, if suppose some of the product is already exist in the environment, you have to make some technical advancement or significance in that product. In the sense, you can able to apply the patent. Okay, so next is the industrial applicability. So industrial applicability, in the sense, the inventions must be used by some other industry. Okay, so your product or design must be capable of being used by some other industries. Okay, so then it is called it as a industrial applicable. I will explain with simple example. See for example, a new type of panel design. Okay, so a panel solar the solar panel design is already available. I have created a new type of solar panel design that increases the efficiency. Okay, so that can be used in the renewable energy industries. Okay, so new product or design that can be used by some other industry, in the sense that comes the category of industrial applicability. Okay, I will explain with some other example. See, for assumption, the machine learning algorithm plays an important role in anywhere of product or design. Okay, so I have made a one medical devices that detects the cancer by using the machine learning algorithms. Okay, so that is applicable for healthcare industries. Okay, so the device or idea that will be applicable in the any of the industries, in the sense it is called it as an industrial applicability. When applying a design pattern, your design must meet these of the three criteria. Okay, so before applying the design pattern, you should aware of your product is novelty or inventive step or industrial applicability. Okay, so these three categories many plays an important role while applying the design pattern. Okay. Okay, so next is the non-patentable subject matter. So what are all the non-patentable subject matter in the sense? So mathematical formulas, abstract ideas, business methods, computer programs, methods of treatments of humans or animals or plants or animals. Okay, so these are all the non-patentable subject matters in India. Okay, so also inventions contrary to public order or morality. So atomic energy related, so etc. So some of the product or devices that violates the rules and regulations of our country, in the sense that is to be restricted. Okay, so that particular product is not to be patented. Okay, so these are all the subject matter that we can't able to patentable. Okay. Okay, so next slide is applicant types and filing routes. Okay, so in India, when applying the patent, you will encounter the different application types and the filing routes. Okay, so you should follow some applicant types and filing routes. So many of applicants categories are based on their legal status and their nature of business. Okay, so applicant type is mainly based on their legal status and the nature of business. So some of the common applicant types are natural persons, startups, small entities. So small entities like MSME, educational institutions or other companies. Okay, so applicant types may be either individual persons or startup companies or small entities or other organizations. Okay, so fee structure, while applying the pattern, you should pay some amount. So, okay, so the fee structures are lower for the natural persons, startups, small entities and educational institutions compared to large companies. Okay, so applicants natures to be depends on the legal status and nature of business. So applicant types may be natural persons, startups, small entities or others. Okay, so next one is filing routes. Okay, so in India provides the multiple routes to file a patent applications. Okay, so depending on whether the invention is being filed in India or some other country. If suppose the patent is to be originated in India, in the sense it is called it as a direct Indian filing. Okay, so if suppose the invention is to be filed in some other country, okay, that is to be filed again in India. Okay, so it differs from say same inventions is to be filed in one country and that is to be filed again in the some other country, in the sense it is called it as a convention applications. Okay, so country to country. Okay, so patent filing for the same product from the country to country. Okay, so that is called it convention applications. Okay, so say for assumption, you first file a patent in USA or Germany. Okay, so you have to file the same product in India. Okay, so in India, so that particular kind of application is called it as a convention application. Okay, so directly you can able to file a patent in India, or else country to country, you can able to file a patent. Okay, so that is comes under the convention applications. So mode of application in the sense you can two modes are available. Either you can apply a patent through online or physical mode. Okay, so these are all the applicant types and filing routes are available in India. Okay, so first one is applicant. Applicant are different. Okay, so it may be either a single person or startup companies or small entities or large organizations. So routes. Okay, so multiple routes to file a patent application. So first, inventions are directly originate in India. In this sense, it's called it as a direct Indian filing. If suppose filing it differs from country to country, in the sense, it's called it as a convention applications. So two modes of applications are available. One is online and physical. Okay, so next is provisional versus complete specification. Okay, so in India, patent filing process, two types of specifications can be submitted. One is a provisional, another one is a specification. So all must know what is provisional and what is complete when filing a patent. Okay, so the patent is to be filed based on these two different categories. One is a provisional, another one is a complete. So provisional in the sense, your invention is partially developed. Okay, so see for assumption, your invention is partially developed, but you want to secure your idea. Okay, so secure your idea before disclosing it publicly. Okay, or developing it fully. Okay, so if you want to if you want to um, if you want to secure our idea in the sense that is the prototype is not fully developed. If you want to secure the idea before disclosing it publicly, in the sense, you go with the provisional specification category. Okay, so but you must file a complete specification within 12 months of filing the provisional. You should complete a specification within a 12 month of filing the provisional. Okay, so if you miss this opportunity, in the sense, your application will be considered as a abundant. Okay, so provisional in this, if you want to secure your idea, in essence, you go with the provisional ideas. Okay, so next specification is the complete specification. It is the category of fully developed inventions for a patent that is to be examined and granted. Okay, so fully developed product is to be having, in the sense, you go with the complete specifications, so you can directly apply the patent, and that is to be going for the examined stage. Finally, it is a granted stage. Okay, so it is called it as a complete stage. So these are all the basic requirements you should know while applying a patent. So next is the in India. So these are all the required documents and the key forms. Okay, so these are all the required documents and the key forms are needed while submitting the patent. Okay, so first one is a form 1, next one is the form 2, form 3, form 5, and 9, finally 18. So these are all the necessary document while submitting the patent. Okay, so form 1 consisting of the informations, it's a preliminary stage. Okay, so it is a primary application form that is used for applying the patent in India. Okay, so it is applications for a grant of patent. It contains the entire details about the applicant details. So form 2 contains the provisional or complete specification details. I already told you now. So what is provisional in the sense, if you want to secure your idea, in the sense, you go with the provisional specification. If you have a complete product, if you have a complete design of your product, of your inventions, in the sense, you go with the complete specifications. Okay, so next is the form 3. So form 3 is the statement and undertaking form. Form 5 is the declaration as to inventorship. Form 9 is the yearly publications. Form 18 is request for examination. So these are all the necessary documents while applying for the patent. Okay, okay, so these are all the it will be discussed in the upcoming slide. Okay, Okay. So this is the step-by-step timeline of Indian patent. So first you should submit the form 1, 2, 5 and 3. So form 1S belongs to the primary applicant details. So form 2 contains the details about the provisional or complete specifications. So form 5, it contains the details about the declaration as to inventorship. And then form 3, it contains the information about the inventors. Okay. So next is the publications at 18 months. Okay. So generally the publication of inventions to be takes around the 18 months. If you wish to publish your inventions before the 18 months inventions, you should submit the form 9 application form as well. Okay. So in some cases, the form 9 application is not to be submitted. Then the publication, it takes around the 18 months. Okay. So while submitting the form 9 application form, you should pay some additional payment. Okay. So next is the request for examination. Once the patent is to be applied, you should submit the form 18 as well. Okay. So then only the evaluator examine your product. Okay. So it's already available or not. So any other queries related to your product. Okay. So that will be examined. Okay. So without form 18, that particular design is not to be evaluated. You should submit the form 18, then only your products to be evaluated. Okay. So that form 18 contains the informations of request for examinations. Okay. So next step is the first examination report is issued. Okay. So once the evaluation process is completed, that then they give a summary report of the first examination report. You have to respond to their evaluated queries. Okay. So if suppose there is no queries, then automatically it will be granted for publications. Okay. So the final step is grant of patent. You have to renewal for yearly. Okay. So you have to renew your inventions yearly once after the grant. Okay. So it is validity up to 20 years. The 20 years, even if it is 20 years, you have to renewal your product yearly once. Okay. So after grant. So these are all the step-by-step timelines. I go through the what are all the informations form 1 contains, what are all the informations form 2 contains, so what are all the informations form 5 and form 3 contains in upcoming slides. Okay. If you have any doubts up to this. Hello. If you have any doubts up to this.
No, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay. So thank you, sir. So form 1. So I will share you the another slide. So as I told you now, while submitting your patent, you should submit all the necessary document. So first document is form 1 document. It is the primary application form used to apply for a patent in India. So it contains the informations of first is the title of the inventions. That should be in a clear, concise title that describing the inventions. Okay. So next is the applicant details. So it covers the details about the applicants. So name, nationality, address, category. So I will told you now. So what are all the different categories? Applicant categories are available. So it may be either natural persons, startups, small entities, or others. Okay. So applicant details should be described in a clearly manner. So next is the inventor details. So who are all the inventors of a particular inventions? Okay. So name, nationality, address. So next is the type of the applications. Okay. So ordinary application or convention applications. Okay. So the invention is directly made in India in the sense it is called it as an ordinary application. If suppose the invention is differ from the country to country. Okay. So if suppose the applicant filing the inventions in one country and the same applicant filing the same inventions in India. Okay, so country to country. Okay, so it is called it as a convention applications. Okay, so what are it's a types of applications. Okay. So next is the address for correspondence in India. Okay. So if suppose it is mandatory, applicant is foreign. Okay. So next is the priority details. So priority details in the sense I told you now. So this sections. Uh, so this sections if claiming the priority. So if suppose the applicant filing the inventions in one country and the same invention is to be patent in India in the sense the priority claiming a priority is mandatory. Okay, so how we are going to claiming in the sense the application number, date and country. Okay, so this is called it as a priority details. So next is the declaration by the applicant. Okay. So the applicant is the first and the true inventor. So these are all the major, and this product is not published in India or anywhere else. So you have to give a declarations. Okay. So declaration sections also covered in form 1 as well. So list of attachments are enclosures. Okay. So these are all the list of attachment and enclosures in the form 1. So next form 2 covers the provisional or complete specifications. If you are specifying any drawings in your inventions in the sense you have to include the drawing as well. So abstract and then power of attorney, finally fee details. Okay. So next is the signature and date. So these are all the necessary fields while filling the form 1 applications. Okay. So next is the form 2. Okay. So form 2 is a provisional or complete specification. I told you now, if you want to protect, if you want to patent your idea only in the sense, you go with the provisional specification. If you are having a complete invention of a product or devices in the sense, you go with the complete specifications. Okay. So it is called it as a form 2 details. So it contains the information of title of the inventions. So title of the invention should be in the short, precise, and clearly defining the subject matter. Okay. So title of the inventions should be short, precise, clearly defining the subject matter. So next is the provisional specification. So if suppose if you go with the provisional specification in the sense that contains the informations of background of inventions, field of inventions, summary or description of inventions, and then advantages. And you have to submit the complete specifications within a 12 month of provisional specifications. Okay. So otherwise the applications will be rejected. Okay. So kindly make a note of it. So it contains the basically when you protect your idea in the sense it contains only the basic things. The provision complete specification in the sense it contains the more informations than the provisional informations. Okay. So background of the inventions, field of inventions, summary or description of inventions, finally advantages. Okay. So when we go with the complete specification, it covers the field of inventions, background of the inventions, objective. Okay. So what kind of problem your inventions can able to solve. Okay. So that will be described as the objective of inventions. Okay. So summary of inventions, detailed description. Okay. So what are all the techniques, tools and examples where we use. Okay. So these are all the detailed description how to mention when we apply for a complete specifications. Okay, so the claim in the sense, it's defined as what exactly is protected by the patent. Okay, so what exactly if you want to protect by exactly, okay, exactly by the patent, so that is called it as a claim. Okay, so these are all the necessary fields when we go with the complete specifications. Okay, so next is the declarations, specify whether filing is provisional or complete specification. So these are all the common fields while filling the form 2 applications. So these are all the key differences between the provisional and complete. So provisional in the sense filed first, inventions not finalized, secures the priority date and must be followed by complete specification within 12 months. So complete in the sense it's a full disclosure plus claims, and it defines the scope of the patent right, and it is ready for grant and publications. Okay, so our device or inventions is completely ready for evaluations and granting. Okay, so that stage is called it as a complete specifications. Okay. Okay, so I will show you these. So these are all the major content that we covered in form 1 and form 2. So these are all the major part. Okay, major part while applying the patent. Okay, so next is the form 3. Form 3 mainly focuses on the statement and undertaking. So okay, so form 3. Okay, so form 3, it's applicable only for a patent applications filed outside India for the same invention. Okay, so form 3 is it's not a mandatory cases. If suppose if needed in the sense you can include it. When we need in the sense if the patent application is filed outside the India for the same invention. I told you now. See, for assumption, I will explain you with a simple example. Suppose inventor file a patent for a device in India January 2024. Say for assumption, applicant apply a patent for a particular device in India for January 2024. Okay, and later the particular applicant files the applicant files the same device in the USA in the month of March 2024. Okay, so and then later the applicant files the same device in Europe. Okay, in Europe in the month of May 24. So the applicant filed the patent for a device in India January 2024. In the 3 months of gap, the same applicant filed the patent for same device in USA in the month of March 2024, and he filed a patent for same devices in the month of Europe. Okay, so May 2024. Okay, so in form 3 they must disclose the information. Okay, so in say for example form 3. Okay, okay, so in form 3 they disclose the informations, they must enclose the informations filed in USA on January 1 2024, application number, status. Okay, so filed in Europe in the month of March in the year of 2024, application number and then status. Okay, so you should submit the form 3 when the application filed outside the India. Okay, so for the same invention. Okay, so it is not a mandatory case. If suppose okay the product is to be, our device or invention is to be filed outside the India in the sense you should include the form 3 content along while applying a patent. Okay, okay, so okay, so what are all the content is to be covered in form 3 in the sense? So first one is the name of the country where the application is filed. So as you told, first I have filed the particular device on USA and then Europe and then India. Okay, and then India. So that I have So that first point covers the name of the country where the application is filed. So next is the date of application is filing. So next is the application number, status of application, and finally undertaking to keep the controller updated on changes. Okay. So you have to undertaking a, if suppose, undertaking form also. Okay. So to keep the controller updated on changes. Okay. So these are all the necessary content to be covered in form 3. Okay. So form 1 is to be covered. So form 2 is to be covered, and then form 3 is to be covered. So next is the okay. So next is the form 5. It's okay. Okay. So next is the form 5. Okay. So it is the form 5. It's a mandatory form while submitting the patent applications. So it is used to legally declare the correct inventors that prevents the false claims and provide the clarity in patent ownership. Okay. So legally declare the correct inventor. Suppose, say for assumption, okay. Suppose Dr. Ramesh, okay. So Dr. Ramesh and Rajesh invent a new medicine. Okay. Their company is some biotechnology company that files the patent application. Okay. So suppose two persons invent a new medicine. Their companies belongs to some other company. Company wants to file a patent. Okay. So in form 5, how we are going to declare in the sense declare in the sense inventors get the recognition as the creators. Okay. So the company XYZ will own the patent rights. Okay. So inventors in form 5. So inventors get the recognition as the creators. The company will own the patent rights once granted. Okay. So you should give some recognition between the inventors and applications must be justified. Okay. So in declaration of inventorship, in the sense, the product is invented by some other one, and the patent is to be applied by some other company, so that you have to make some alignment between these two category, in the sense how to apply for a form 5. Okay. So it is used to legally declare the correct inventors. Okay. So correct inventors and the patent ownership. Okay. So you have to make some correct alignment between the inventors and the patent ownership, in the sense how to submit the form 5 applications. Okay. So next is the form 9. So it is optional case. If you wish to publish your patent earlier, in the sense you have to submit a form 9 applications by paying some amount while submitting your patent. So it speeds up your visibility and subsequent steps. Without submitting this form 9 form, the patent nearly takes around 18 months to publish. Once published, the patent cannot be withdrawn. Okay. So once the patent is to be published, that cannot be withdrawn. Okay. So next is the form 18 or 18A for examination. Most of the cases, most of the applicants are missed this form. If suppose the applicants miss the form 18, in the sense that particular patent is not go for the evaluation or examination stage, and that particular application is summarily rejected. Okay. So don't forget to submit the form 18 along with your documents while submitting your patent. Okay. When filing your patent. Okay. So form 18 is the standard request for examinations. Okay. So with the help of this examinations, only evaluators can examine your inventions. If suppose it meet out all the criteria, rules and regulations. So if suppose that particular product is already available or not, so those criteria is to be evaluated in this examination session. Okay. So if suppose any one of the criteria is not meet out, then the evaluation report is to be back is to be given back to the applicant, and how to answer all those questions. If suppose the answers are acceptable by the examiners, in the sense it is go for the next step, that is for granted or publications, if or else it is for rejections. Okay, so make a note of it. All When you are applying for the patent filing, the form 18 is to be necessary for submitting. Okay, so form 18A is to be for startup for other organization. Okay, so it is the optional case only for eligible applicants such as startups, educational institutions, or else large companies. Okay, so these are all the applicable only for these kinds of applicants. Okay, so form 18, it's for only the individual humans. Okay. Okay. So as you told, it's a first examination report. Okay, so it first examination report, it inquires about the novelty, inventive step, clarity, subject matter, and then unity. So these are all the to be checked over here. If suppose any other claims or argument or technical effects or advancement is to be violated, so automatically is to be given back to the applicant. If suppose controller may call a hearing before decision. Okay, so these are all the procedures to be followed in India while applying for a patent. Okay, so these are all the necessary forms. Okay, so any other doubts? Hello. While submitting or filing a patent, you should know about the what are all the patentability criteria. The patentability criteria you should follow. Once is novelty, and then inventive step, and then industrial applicability. Okay, so the product should be unique. Hello. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, is it possible to file the patent regarding startup
Yes, ma'am. It is also available, ma'am. So you go
directly
with the
without patent agent?
yes, ma'am. Of course, ma'am.
Without
You can
patent
directly.
agent, is it possible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can able to apply a startup without going for any agents. You can able to directly apply patent, ma'am, for a startup as well.
Will you share any link, ma'am, for directly filing the patent in the group without patent agent, if
Yes,
possible?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I will share you at the end of the session, ma'am. Okay. So these are all the necessary documents. So okay. So next step is the how to apply a pattern in UK. So these same step is to be followed in UK and India. Some of these steps are different. So I will tell you what are all these steps are different. One second, ma'am. So these are all the step-by-step timeline while submitting a pattern in the form of UK pattern. So the same is to be followed in India as well. So first step is the file. It's a basic file pattern. It's a form 1. So next is the formalities and the search is to be contains the form 9. In India patent filing, form 9 consists. Form 9 is to be belongs to anything else? Yearly publications. Okay, so for in India it's a form 9, it belongs to yearly publication, but here form 9 is to be covers for formalities and such. The publications nearly takes around 18 months. So form 10 is to be request for examination. In India patent form 18 is to be for request for examination. Two major differences between the UK and India. So one is the form 9 and another one is the form 10. Okay. So form 9 is the in India, form 9 is for yearly publication. So form 18 is for request for examination. In UK, form 9 is formalities and research, and form 10 is the request for examinations. Okay. So next step is the examinations and the report, finally responses or possibly hearings. Okay. So final stage is the grant and maintenance. Renewals annually from 4th year. Okay. So in India, renewal is yearly once, but in UK, renewals annually from 4 years. Okay. So in form 1 contains the informations of the same informations which we have seen already in India patent. Okay. So applicant details, inventor details, title, priority claims. Okay. So priority claims in the sense the inventor invents the product in one country and the applicant invents the same product in India. Okay. So you have to claim a priority. Okay. So in the form of applicant number, date, and then application status. Okay. So these are all the major content which we have covered in the priority claims. Okay. So next is the address for service. Next is the filling date. Okay. So filing date. So next is the form 7. So statement of inventorship. In inventorship is to be covered in form 5 in India. Okay, so in India, form 5 covers the statement of inventorship. So the same content is to be followed, but form number is different. Okay, so in India, form 5 is to be covered the statement of inventorship. For in UK, form 7 is to be statement of inventorship. Okay, so it is usually legally declare a correct inventors and prevent the false claims and provide a clarity in patent ownerships. Next is the request for search. So 9A is to be request for search. So if suppose that particular invention is to be available or not, so that the form 9A is covers the application is to be already available in the world or not. Okay, so it's a form 9 it covers the request for search. So form 10 is to be request for examinations. Next is the form 21 is to be cover the informations of record of transfers of rights or name or address change. So if you want to change the rights to the some other person, in the sense you have to submit the form 21 as well. So you have to change the assignment or change of ownership. Okay, so it covers the details about the assignment or change of ownership details. So these are all the major key differences between the India versus UK. The same procedures to be followed both UK and India. So first you have to search a pattern. That particular pattern is already available, or that particular invention is already available, publicly available or not. Okay, so search. So next step is publications. Next is the examination. So finally grant. Okay. So this process. So once the patent is published, that is to be valid for only 5 years. Okay. So in India, yearly publication by and expected examination by the okay. So by in UK, search via 90 examination. Okay. So examination via the form 10, renewal from 4th year annually. Okay. So these are all the basic major things, major differences between the India and UK. Okay. Any other doubts, ma'am? So common mistake. So in some um, applicants does not providing the detailed information, so inconsistent names, addresses across the forms. So these are all the common mistakes. In some cases applicants miss out the form 18. So form 18 is mainly covers the exam evaluation request for examination form. In most of the applicant miss out these forms. uh, so so it is possible to reject your patent. So how to check the prior art of search, drawing ready, inventor declarations, assignments, and correct entity status. So these are all the major things that we have upload a patent. Okay. So these are all the major things while uploading a while applying a patent. Okay. Mama, I will share you the link. We can apply patent for a startup
Okay,
without
ma'am.
consider without. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Wait a minute. Ma'am, hello, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, without any agent, you can use the startupindia.gov.in website. You can use this IP India portal, ma'am. Directly, you submit all the forms and follow the process on your own, ma'am. So you can use this IP address. So this is the India e-filing portal, ma'am. So submit all the necessary forms and follow the procedures on your own, ma'am. So without any agents or facilitator, you can use this website, ma'am. So copy. So I will be paste it in chat box as well, ma'am. If you have any doubts, can you please ask me? So these are all the major steps. So that is to be involved while applying the patent. So you should know what is patent. So what are all the some criteria to be meet out while applying a patent. So one is a novelty. Next one is the industrial applicability, and then incentive steps. So before applying a patent, you should know that your device is to be fall in these three categories. Okay. So next is the applicant type. So finally, next is the filing rules in India. Okay, so it may be either provisional filing specification or complete specification. Okay, so these are all the basic things how all should know while applying a patent, and all should submit the. Okay, so how to submit a form 1, form 2, form 3, form 5, and then form 18. Okay, so these are all the necessary forms while applying a patent. Okay, so I have shown all the necessary forms contains in which data in detailed manner, I think so. So if you have any doubts, kindly ask me or post it in chat box as well. So battery is running low. Wait a minute. Any other doubts? Format is to be different. So for patent filing, the fees it's nearly take around 1,600. So request for examination fees is to be nearly takes 4,000. So yearly publication optional. Okay, so that is to be whenever needed, you can submit the form 9 form along with by paying some additional amount. So that is to be take nearly 2,500. So around 6,000 to 8,000 totally. Okay, so for applying a patent. Okay, so this is the amount for applying a patent. So nearly takes 6,000 to 8,000. Okay, so for large companies it takes amount of rupees 40,000. Okay, so it differs from the the fees is to be different from the applicants, type of applicants. Okay, so for startup it may be different, for individual it may be different, organizational it may be different. Okay, so for fee structure is to be is to be higher in larger companies. Okay. So in US patent, you have to renewal from the 4th year onwards. Okay. So whereas in Indian patent, you have to renew the patent from 3rd year onwards. Okay. So it is complete validity of 20 years. Okay. So these are all the cost details and the renewal details. Okay. Any other clarifications or doubt? I will share you the PPT for your reference. Any other doubts? Thank you, sir. If you have any doubts regarding the presentations, can you please ping me? Otherwise, shall I wind up, ma'am?
Participants, if you have any doubts, kindly write the question.
Sorry, ma'am.
Ma'am, if no one have any doubts, you can wind up the session.
Okay.
I would like to thank you, ma'am, for the more informative. Today's session is hosted by the participants are asked to fill the feedback form. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.